It's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope y'all are all having a blessed day. Last trading day of the month. How's everybody feeling? We're going to go ahead and dive into things. Whoops. There you go. Oh. There you go. All right. So, very amazing price action overnight. Very amazing price action overnight. Abundant. Awesome price action overnight. Really got what we wanted with dollar. Right, we were waiting for this. So that was awesome. Kind of unsure what's going to happen today in the sense of how it's going to happen.
I'm still on the same boat with seeing dollar go higher. You know, yep, optimist dollar bottom. That's what I've been anticipating. So we've been wanting. We've been waiting on this stream for this multiple times. Um, yeah, I believe so. So I'm just curious to see what the pattern is going to be today, like how we're going to get up there. Are we just going to continue and then close above these highs? Or are we going to do some sort of retracement today? But yeah, basically what I've been wanting, this entire time for dollar has been to run up higher and into this daily area right up in here. This has been my target for this last little bit, and we are starting to get more and more signs of it. I think we're going to get a continuation going into next week. That's what I would like to see. So looking at a few things, gold, same kind of ordeal. Really want it to continue going lower. I figured you're going to fill some more of this imbalance, but I guess we're not going to get that. It's fine. I don't really have anything for gold at the moment. I might just leave it on the back burner until next week. Maybe we get some more shorting opportunities next week. But there are these two imbalances that we could keep our eyes on. I have alert set up there. We'll see what happens. Really, my main focus today is going to be kind of to see what CAD does. Where are we at? CAD. So I'm curious to see if CAD is going to give us some sort of bullish movement today, or if this is going to sell off. At this moment, CAD closed higher than the previous area with higher volume. So I think we might just get bullishness. So I'm just going to watch and see going into the news if we're going to get some sort of accumulation in here. But this is going to be an after the news reaction for me. I'm not going to just dive right in. Euro playing out beautifully. And then the other thing I'm keeping my eyes on is GU. I'm basically looking at the area it's in right now. If it's going to punch up a bit higher. But yeah, I want to see GU fall as well. Even based off of a 30-minute, I was really paying attention to how this high was made here. Right, so if we pay attention to that area, let me see if the hour looks a bit better. It's basically the same. Yeah, so I'm just keep it on 30-minute because that's the time frame I'm liking at the moment. But if you guys look at this, I like how we've been redistributing just like how Euro has been. And then if we look at the the volume here, so the 30-minute candle is valid to me. To get a tighter stop entry, you could have like that higher area. It is going to reduce your stop by like 10 pips, but I'm open to having a bigger stop just because I think, Euro has already taken off, right? This is what we wanted to see. Euro, yesterday we were looking for sell-offs. It came back into that news candle like we were anticipating, and we just continued selling off. So some of y'all might have already have this entry. And our first area of liquidity was these lows down here. But yeah, overall, what we've been looking for has played out. So if you guys have been taking entries based off that, shout out to y'all. But yeah, Euro and stuff, I really do feel going into next week, like this is what we're going to get. Maybe we're not going to take this low out yet, but I think we're going to do something like this. Right, that's where my head's going to be at. I think dollar's going to continue to moon. And I think XXX USD is going to fall. I'm pretty uncertain about how UCAD's going to play out because oil is kind of fighting to go higher here. I might honestly just leave USD CAD on the back burner today, unless if after news shows me something probable, right? So I'm really just gonna wait for the news event that's happening at 7:30 for their GDP, and then we can kind of reevaluate and see, if there is gonna be an opportunity. Because at the end of the day, I do want to see a sell-off on this due to oil's bullishness. And if oil just kind of comes out of nowhere and goes bullish, which is probable. Yesterday I did a whole bunch of nothing, right? We just consolidated. Overall went a bit higher, but really we just overall consolidated. So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. I'm curious to see if oil is going to trade up a bit higher for news, break structure, and then come back down, because this candle actually swept this low right down here. So that's what I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if that's going to happen. And if we get that sign of bullishness, then, UCAD could just fall through the floor. So I'm open to both sides here. I'm open to buys and sells. I know that sounds weird, but, sometimes that's how it be. Right, sometimes we're open to both sides here. Right, so I'm more, you guys know I want more of the oil bullishness. I'm just curious to see if this is the bottom, and if it is, then we would get this break, and if that break happens, maybe we get a retest in the future here or that lower area. But give me 1 sec. Honestly, I'll be back. Give me a second. That morning due diligence in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that's really what I got on my radar right now. GU is kind of the main one. Um, Euro played out how we wanted it to, so that was clean. If y'all took that from yesterday, US 30 was clean from yesterday. If y'all took that as well, right? We were waiting for the 15-minute closure, and then I did hop off on here, but this is what we were looking for. So this was clean. So that was a banger yesterday. Um, Euro, us shorting that off and then seeing the retracement, that was another banger. We wanted to see gold sell off, but it did run us out. It is what it is, but we had the bias, so that's cool. And then, yeah, right now is GU. So, you know, I am personally in off of the 30-minute candle, the 50-minute, whichever one you guys want to like really look at. Because we might not come and fill that higher imbalance. So I'm already in from there. So we'll see. But yeah, that's basically all I'm looking at. You know, I really just want to see dollar continue to rally. Like I've been screaming at this since this low has been down here. And yeah, you know, if dollar actually moons from here, like we completely disrespect this daily area, like I'm open. I'm honestly on the table to see that too. Like I want to see dollar just sweep 105 and everything, to be honest. That's what I would like to see. I don't know if we're going to get it like that, but I think we can. I think we can. This move is going to really rally going into the summer. So that's like kind of my longer term objective there. But to really confirm that, I need to see what happens here in the on the dollar on the daily, because once we come into this zone, it's now seeing, are we going to distribute, right? Because the market could come in here, give us a buying climax, right? Give us a UTAD break, but this could simply just like break sweep a low down here, cause a creek, and then we could see a reaccumulation. And if that happens, then GG's, right? We're creating, you know, I think then dollar is obviously major bullish. And it makes sense to me because literally the mass sentiment right now is dollar is ass. And you guys know that dollar is daddy. It doesn't matter what China is doing or any of these countries are doing. It's irrelevant. You know, dollar is reigning. So that's why I'm very bullish. You know, we're seeing things like euro sell off from the areas we want it to. Another thing as well, why I think that's the bottom. You know, we noticed this divergence on euro and dollar, right? Euro and dollar diverged. Divergence between these two, we've seen in the past that those are the bottoms most of the time, right? So, you know, we see this divergence here, right? Dollar did not run this low. It maintained. Euro did run the high and it's going lower, right? So even things like euro, we've discussed this. I think euro is going to fall through, take 1.05. Right, that's kind of a seasonal target for me for the summer. I think that's about to happen. All right, so that's where my head's at for all of this. Okay, but that's really basically it. Right now, it's just really waiting for price to play out. You know, I want to see GU give us a solid closure below here, and just really just trade lower overall. And yeah, I just gotta reply to this text. All right. But yeah, that's that. Kind of curious on when the indices are gonna let loose now. Nasdaq hit the high daily area, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking out for indice distribution as well. I don't know if we're gonna get it this week. I think we'll get it next week. I think US 30 is still most likely gonna be bullish today, even though dollar is doing its thing. I think it's going to be a later reaction. I think 30 is going to come up in that 34K area, or I might just be too needy with that zone. But we'll see. We're gonna have UCAD news here in about 9 minutes. Let's see. If we see signs of accumulation in here, then we look for buys. If the news just comes out and this just sinks, then that's cool. Now we know that that could be the next high, right? We would have something like this, and then we could play, right? So I'm just going to be patient on that one. Gold, waiting till next week. I think there's higher areas we could come into. I'm most likely probably not going to attempt these, just because I'm going to play the next sell on gold once. I want to see if dollar's going to retrace or go higher first. Because even if this does take this high, we're most likely going to see a retracement going into next week before we take the daily highs, I think. I don't think today we're just going to sporadically just fly. I think we most likely could take this high and then maybe consolidate a bit. And then I know someone in the chat said maybe get back down to the 4 hour. I'm not sure if we're going to get that low or not. But yeah, some sort of retracement from this last move. And then it could continue higher to then attack these highs. I think that's kind of going to be the roadmap for May. We'll see. But yeah. I know what y'all are looking at. Let me know in the chat. GU is really fighting here. Now there's still that other 5-minute zone up in here. 5 or 3 minute, whichever time frame you want to really look at. So we'll see. Either it plays out where we're at, or it might go higher, or I'm completely wrong and it just runs us right through. But yeah, pound is a stronger one out of euro right now. But really, the dollar's bullishness should carry GU lower. Oh, this is where we wanted to see euro distribute. Or euro GBP. When was this? Oh, shit. I don't even think I set an alarm on this. I just had it marked up. Yeah, let me know what y'all are looking at. Oh, and by the way, Maru, good shit on UJ. I don't know if you took this, but even for the yen news, we came back again. So this was a banger buy. Very nice buy. I honestly, I was looking at EJ last night, because I wanted to see buys on this as well. And I had limits on this hourly candle. It didn't quite fill me though. But I didn't look at UJ. I should have looked at UJ too. I was looking at EJ and GJ. I didn't like GJ because it had the imbalance down here. I figured we weren't going to run that low. And then pound was stronger as well than euro. So then I was looking at this last night, and then I didn't get this fill. It didn't fill me. I was at the gym too, so I kind of just set my limit, and then I went. And then that didn't get filled. But UJ did a beautiful fill, though. UJ, like you were mentioning, that 15-minute candle, Maru, that was perfect. And then we literally expanded that day for New York. And then it came back for that yen news later on, and then just expanded. So that was a dope trade. Everything is lining up for dollar price action, FUD on dollar seasonality. What do you think? Yep, that was the entire thought, Optimus. So I agree. I'm seeing it all show bullishness on dollar overall right now. What are your thoughts on gold? I want to see shorts, but I don't know if we're gonna get it today. To be honest, I'm just gonna be patient for next week. And next week we have a lot of USD news. We have PMI. We have, NFP, we have FOMC, we have the press conference. So there's a lot of news. So I'm just going to be patient on gold. I'd rather just wait till next week at this point, to be honest. CAD 1 hour still lower. Same oil. Got some. Wait, what? CAD 1 hour still lower. And then oil. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Absorption, that is. Oh. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen here in the next little bit. We got 4 minutes for the news. What's your macro target on oil? It really depends, man, what it wants to do. I think everything is on the table. You know, I think the hundreds are on the table because if this gives us our next expansion higher, I think we can see hundreds again. Right? Like this next expansion should take out this, and then it should even come up here. Like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, wherever we're at right now, it's going to expand. Most likely, we're going to see some sort of retracement here, and then it's going to expand. That's what I'm thinking. Even if you go back and look at, like, previous April and stuff, it expanded, came back, and then, you know, just kept expanding. Obviously, this was different stuff that happened as well fundamentally. But, yeah, that's what I think for oil. Just gonna leave my screen on USD CAD because the news is gonna come out here soon. Caught that EG sell yesterday. Yo, good stuff. Yeah, I don't really trade EG too much. I'm more of a, like, I just kind of look at it to kind of see which one's stronger or weaker. But hey, there's nothing wrong with trading it either. So good stuff there, man. Good stuff, Goalzilla. US 30 was bang a clean. Yep, facts. Got some news in 15 minutes. Don't you think we could wipe out some of these 15-minute highs on GU? And I'm open to that. And if you're talking about like all the way up here, I don't know if we're going to do that. It's honestly possible because GU is stronger than EU right now. So there is reason. It's already diverging high a lot right now, right? Euro has already taken out some of this liquidity here from April 26, whereas GU is nowhere near that. You know, so, you know, I think it would stick in this candle today if it does want to go lower. If not, then yeah, I'm open to it coming higher. I just figured it would at least show some sort of bearishness today because we did close here on the 4-hour too. That's the other thing. Like, and then we retraced back below this high, so that's why I'm thinking we can get another move down. All right, so we got that closure there. We retraced, so I'm thinking we can get another move down. So we'll see. But Euro would have been the play, though, to be honest, right? This is what we were looking at yesterday. Euro would have been the actual solid re-entry on short. Okay, USD CAD's going to pop out with us news here in about, like, 50 seconds. 8-hour candle on DXY looks juicy for a potential retracement. Let's take a quick look at that. 8-hour. Oh, like trap candle. Or even that long candle. I agree with you. I would love to see a retracement, man. Like, it makes sense to me. They create more liquidity up here, give us one more retracement down, and then we go boom. And I think that makes sense for next week. Considering that we have all the news that we have on the calendar, I think that makes sense. $19.50 today. I think it's very possible, man. Like, I want to see gold die. You know, is it going to do it today or not? That's kind of the question. If dollar rallies today going into this 4-hour candle, which looks like is what it wants to do, then yeah, I could see that. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for gold dying. You know, so bring out that energy. I just don't know if it's going to give us that massive whipsaw down today or not. Or unless we're just going to come down, maybe run the low, get into this candle. You know, we create a new lower low. It gives us a bounce back up, and then that's what we do next week. That could be a possibility as well. All right, let's see what the CAD news did. I think it's just going to make it rally possibly. Let's see. Should have just came out. Let's see what numbers we got. Okay, so we got a negative We got a negative GDP there, so yeah, that's. I think we're gonna just see a rally going into the New York Open here for UCAD, especially if dollar continues. And then yeah, maybe we could play another Reacume on there. Oil's just stalling, so I think oil and all this stuff is really waiting for next week. I don't know if there's oil news next week. I'm curious. Let's see. I know we have a bunch of CAD news, but I don't know if we have any oil news. So let's see. So we did get the negative GDP, so let's see here. I could be wrong on that particular direction. Let's take a look at dollar. Ooh, dollar did not sweep those highs. That's interesting. We like just missed it. This broker's completely off. This one like made an equal high and is trading lower. So yeah, maybe actually we do see CAD come lower. USD CAD, I mean, sorry. So I'm not going to be attempting the buys. Maybe that was it. This was a short. Yeah, if that is the case, we could follow up for the retracement. Kind of like what we did with Euro yesterday, you know. Euro hit some people out. We saw a new low get created, but then it was all good. Price left in balance, and then we were able to react hours later. You know, so that those types of moves can still be validated. Oof. So it looks like GU came into that higher area. Maybe this just trails higher. You know, someone was mentioning the highs on the top side. And we did react off this candle here. There was sign of accumulation as well. I just figured we would catch up with Euro. That was kind of my thought today with pound. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm just going to keep my eye here on CAD as well. See what happens. UJ was nice. What do you see on EC? I don't really trade Euro CAD. So we can take a look at that later. But I just kind of want to focus on the things we're looking at right now. I fell asleep early on UJ. Was in the sell. That buy looks clean. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing about the yen rates, you know, they came out negative again. Or not even negative, but the same rate. So I'm not sure what they talked about in their conference. I would have to read their notes. We could actually do that. But yeah, that just shows that, you know, we're not, yen is still bearish. The bank will continue 10-year yields to fluctuate in a range of around plus and minus 0.5 percentage points from. That doesn't really help. So I guess they're not looking to do anything just as yet. Guess that's what that means. Just see how CAD closes here. Because, yeah, if we see a break to the upside, then we can just play the retracement, right? So we just got to be patient. Unless if it goes lower, then, you know, it is what it is there, too. Yeah, you know, we're still basically in the same zone. Nothing has happened, really. 4 hour, you know, as of right now, we have more sell volume on this current 4 hour candle, which is going to close here in the next 23 minutes. So if it does close like that, that could show signs of absorption. And especially if the market does close higher as well, that, you know, that confirms bullishness. And then we could be looking for an add-on buy possibly in the next hour or so. Right, so I'll kind of just wait for the 4 hour close, as well as just kind of see what this 15-minute price action is going to do. Well, that's kind of where I'm at with UCAD. We'll see. Really just waiting for next week. There's a lot of stuff next week, so I'm just going to be patient with the market. No point in rushing. Just also want to see what they're trying to do in Japan here. I might just look at this before my stream. Because from what I'm seeing here so far, it doesn't look like they want to do anything yet. Like, they're saying they want to buy more bonds, but I don't know what that means. If the bank wants to buy more bonds, maybe that means they want to do a hike on rates maybe in the future to up their bag. Because if they're buying bonds, then it would make sense to make yen's rates higher once they've bought it. So we'll see on that. It looks like gold. Ooh, excuse me. Looks like gold came into that one area. But yeah, like I said, I'm just being patient with this. If you guys really see, we've been just chopping around for almost 2 weeks. We've been waiting for these news events that are about to happen. So why is he wearing his PJs still? Oh, can I get a high five? Can I get a high five? I have a great day, buddy. But yeah, familiar. That's all I'm really looking at, to be honest. You know, want to see some solid closures to the upside, and you know, we'll go from there. And then next week we look for the retracement on dollar, and then we keep throwing it up. Right, the public sentiment of seeing dollar dying is so far playing out very awesome. You know, I find it funny, okay, that when they started to release all these articles, this is when dollar was selling off. And since then, you guys have seen that selling volume has been depleting. All right, so I don't think that's a coincidence. 6J1. So yeah, this was playing out beautifully as well. Yeah, I think yen is just gonna fall through the floor. This was one of the things that we were kind of anticipating on yesterday's stream. You know, the only way I saw bullishness on yen was if this happened on the hourly, but we didn't get that. Right? The second scenario we discussed was this. So, you know, the only reason to see that bullishness was if yen increased their rates. Then we could have been looking for buys, but they didn't. So it made sense for EJ and GJ to just fly. All right, so there's that. And then UJ as well, of course. Looks like that was a decent trade intraday on gold if it does close lower. Does look like it's kind of struggling right now to give us that lower closure. But yeah, you know, I don't mind it though if it doesn't sell off today, because the more wicks it produces down here, the more confident I am with seeing it go down longer term. So we'll just let it do its thing. USD CAD really not doing much either. Just a bunch of hoopla right now. What's GU doing? So if you guys did get in on the higher area, like if you entered anywhere on GU on these higher wick, I would say you guys should be Gucci. You know, you guys should be Gucci. Like I would essentially be BE anywhere on that wick. Because I don't really see an imbalance on a time frame to really bring it all the way back up. Maybe on a 30-second if it comes above these highs. On a 1 minute, you know, we do have a little bit of imbalancer above that high. So it is probable, but I don't know. I just can't see it just fly from here. Even this 5 minute candle, like look at that absorption. Comparing to that candle to this one, this could be our absorption as well. Just gonna put absorption question mark. Yeah, that's about it. You know, gonna wait on oil for next week as well, because this is what we are looking for. Okay, we identified the selling climax yesterday. We are waiting for a lower closure, and we got that now, right? Now we got the lower closure, and then the second thing we want to confirm is an actual solid break. Now, once this happens, then we look for the test. So that's where, you know, I'm looking at that 15 minute possibly. You know, if we get in there, you know, but I really need this high closure confirmed first. And then we can see, you know, honestly, I would like to see this first. Like something like that would be more ideal. Like I want to see a solid expansion up. I don't know if we're going to get this today or going into next week. But I think that would be more ideal. And then we retest the candle and then we go. So we'll see how this closes. I'm going to be setting some alerts here and here just to see how price does this thing. Yeah, UCAD is just doing a bunch of hoopla right now. Looks like it really wants to maintain within this. I don't know if I can justify that. Nope. Could be possible if that's the buying climax and this was a run up. You know, that could mean that this could... But if that's the case, then we would just wait for this. So just being patient for that. Let's see. Oh, someone was asking about EuroCAD. We can look at that now because all the news came out and all that. Yeah, if CAD is bullish and Euro is weak, I would like EuroCAD to go lower. I think that makes sense. And it looks like it has all the reason to go lower right now. Let's see here. Based off of the monthly, we created a monthly new low. Now we retraced. It just ran some liquidity here. Doesn't look like we quite hit that candle, but that's fine. Looks like we did about a 70% retracement. So yeah, you could be looking for distro now, in my opinion. You know, maybe we do something like this, or it could do something like this. But yeah, if Euro USD is weak, that would mean Euro is weak, and if CAD gains strength through oil, over these, you know, this next month, I think Euro CAD could just simply just fall. You know, and it would attack everything that it just, like, this was a pretty fast move up. Right, so if we are overall bearish on that monthly, which I think we are because we did break this low, right, this could be just a new lower low creation or lower high creation into a new lower low creation. or you could look for shorts at least to retrace back into here and then justify there to see if it's going to go higher or if it's just going to continue. That's thoughts on EuroCAD. EU was hella clean. Yep, facts. Maybe when Fed now drops. I am most likely going to wait for next week. I find price action too choppy this week. I agree. I agree with you. And that's why I'm being patient as well. You know, we had nice entries yesterday. If you guys were trading some things like euro, things like gold, it did give us some nice entries. But yeah, overall, this week has been choppy. But I'm going to be waiting for next week as well. There's no rush. The Fed bought bonds and increases money supply, right? Yeah, I would assume so. Because, yeah, if you're buying bonds, that means you're locking in, you know, money for a set amount of years. So that makes sense to me. Hey, you get like a 4% return or something. Sorry I'm yawning so much, but you get like a 4% return or something like that. Well, it depends on the bond. I think it's 4% is for how much it is, the U.S. bonds. I think indices are going to trade higher today. I don't know about NASDAQ, though, but I think S&P and 30 can because they still have a lot of upside liquidity. So this could have just been a retracement from yesterday's move. And then we could just continue to expand. Just uncertain if it's going to happen right where we're at. Which it could because selling is depleting here. We did fill in some of this imbalance as well. I'll just wait. I'm going to just wait for the open and react after. And that's what we did yesterday, right? So I know a lot of people like trading the open. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather just wait for the aftermath. Because that's what we literally did yesterday. We waited for the news and after the open. See, this is the 8:30 candle. We then got a break. Then you could have just waited an hour and a half and then entered. Because it gave you the confirmation on the range. Because I feel like sometimes when you just trade the open, you're guessing almost. But if you just wait for that initial move, then 10 o'clock you react. And that's what happened. So, you know, I'm going to just wait. You know, there's an even good possibility that we could just come into this candle and run this low as well. So I'm going to just be patient on that. You know, we have about 40 minutes or so before the New York Open for stock exchange. And then we can justify there what we can expect. GU created a mass absorption on the 15-minute. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. That's what we... Yep, that's what we identified right here. And I think it's back in that 1 minute balance we were talking about. Yep. Or the 30-second, whichever time frame it was. It's looking sketchy, though. It's looking sketchy. Looks like it wants to do it, but it's like, I don't know. We really need this to go higher for GU to come down. Because, yeah, the more this fails to come down, or come up, sorry, GU is just going to trade higher. But either way, seeing this on dollar, it makes me feel good about what our overall bias is because we're just creating more liquidity up here and we're going to pop back down again next week. You know, there's still a lot of imbalance and stuff open down here. So this could give reason for today to come down lower. And that's fine. Then we just reattempt later. This could be that move up. But I love how now we have a solid 4-hour closure above this high again. It's what I wanted to see yesterday, but we didn't get it, but we got it today. Just had to be patient, right? We had an hourly break, expansion, came back into that previous candle, expanded again. So I love that. I really do love that. So now we just wait for the next higher low. Now I'm curious for USD CAD. Now that we've closed below here, is that what's about to happen right there? GU, oh, dollar made 15-minute lows with wicks with news candle. Yep. Yeah, like I can see dollar come down too, because like it was like what we were doing last week, right? We were just wicking up here to create liquidity to target for later. So this move up that it did for originally New York, like this could just be for us leaving target for next week, and it can trade lower. I completely agree with that statement. That's what I kind of want to see, because I want to be able to get into more positions on XXX USD shorts. So that would make sense. You know, things like gold could come up higher, right? USD CAD, well, this is kind of its own type of thing right now because of what oil's doing. But things like euro could come up higher. You know, maybe we retest back into some of these other areas. U-Chef. You know, U-Chef could come back down to the hourly imbalance that I left behind over here. You know, maybe it sticks there, or it could stick in here. And it's doing the same thing as dollar, like leaving behind liquidity for later. Oh, I just noticed a sell side absorption as well on GU. Yeah, so that's GG's there. Yeah, dollar coming down. So USD CAD, if it's nice to us, maybe we got this retracement back into this. And then maybe we could trade the initial break that it's going to do or something. We can target the low of the day. If it wants to give us all of that today. I don't know if it's going to give us all that today. Guess gold just played off that last down candle. Yeah, so that's good. If dollar does go down a bit more today, then that means 30 could see upside. Just do have the open about 34 minutes or so. Man. If y'all are new to the stream or returning viewers, I would appreciate if you guys hit that like button for me. Especially if you guys are gaining value on this channel currently right now. Feel free to interact with me in the chat. You know, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Be much obliged. Much obliged. Yeah, things are chop central right now. Other than this on UCAD, like, and even this, I'm going to be playing very small risk on this. Just because, you know, it is like the smaller 5-minute time frame. But it's not only just because of the small time frame. It's because I'm playing kind of anticipating the UTAD. And I always take lower risk on that. Because I rather just take whatever, if it does give it to me, then I'll take that profits and then just add it on the test. Because once I get the break, the test is more clean, in my opinion, than trying to play the UTAD. Sometimes the UTADs are clean in price action. This one, you know, wasn't like completely obvious to me. Like, it kind of made sense because it was the high of the day to then short it off of here for the news. But if that's the case, then we should see this retracement and it should go lower. Right? Because this could be the second or third test and then it goes lower. See how the other indices are looking. What are they doing? S&P, NASDAQ, very eh. Yeah, goal would be just to like hold this from yesterday when we were looking at the buys to take it up to like there or even up here. Give the trade another couple more percent. Yeah, big shout out to Gerardo. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. Shout out to all of y'all, man, that are tuning on these streams. You know, I've been getting a good set, consistent amount of viewers on here, so I appreciate y'all. All right, now we have the new hour. So it's 8 o'clock. Let's see if this new hour is going to give us what we want on UCAD. So Gerardo. Is that how I pronounce? I'm really horrible with names. I'm sorry. I do my best. Hey, lit. Well, looks like we might not even get this retracement on UCAD. It's going to just fall right through. Maybe this would have been the play, I guess. Playing this. That's fine though. If we did miss this short, it's cool because now once it breaks this low, we would just play the next retracement. So that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Just gonna set an alert here to see if it does happen to come back for us today. It might not though. This was the other reason why I was concerned about gold and not shorting today, because I don't think we're gonna get the short today. Doesn't look like it at all. Yeah, I think gold is gonna just do this, take these highs out, and then we're gonna distribute up here next week. I think that's the ideal plan. Makes sense. Dollar's just sinking. Cool. Yeah, things like UCHEF could come lower too, come down into the hourly. Nice, Adnan. Yeah, let's see if we get that re-entry. Yeah, even if we don't get it today, like I said earlier, I think, because if this is the next new top on UCAD, then that's fine. We play the retracement. At least we know it's the top, you know? Because it breaking this low on a 2 hour, on a 4 hour, or 1 hour would really confirm the bias. And then from there, from there, we just wait and see what happens. You know, because then after that, yeah, we just send UCAD free falling. After we get that test, we just send it free falling to the lows. Really curious what Euro's gonna do now because it didn't sweep all the liquidity. I don't think. No, it didn't. Well, actually, it might have. Let's see. Oh, like just tagged it. So I'm curious, like how high Euro is gonna go here. Maybe it comes back literally to that imbalance that we had originally targeting up here. I don't feel confident shorting it again. Ooh, oil doesn't give us an hourly closure above either. None of the time frames did. That is looking sketchy. Um, Hold on. Liquidity grab should take place on any kill zone in the break structure or only in New York. Yeah, you could really look at it during any time zone. To be honest, like we saw it last night. You know, Euro swept previous liquidity, broke down, and then New York. Sorry, not New York. London came in and retraced. Yeah, like you need to have more relevance though, like on a higher time frame and stuff too, for reason to for stuff to buy or sell in whichever direction you're wanting it to. Babe, Jordan just texted me, said if I'm good to come help after my stream. Good. Good. I agree with you on that, Chris Rich. It did sweep this full low though, so if you guys did get in from yesterday, depending on how y'all manage your risk, still gave about a 1 to 8 before it reversed here. If you guys got in afterwards, about a 1 to 4 almost, 1 to 3.5. Something like that. If you don't mind, can you show me some examples for a beginner like me? Do you recommend any time frame? Top-down analysis. You know, really starting from weekly, daily time frame and making your way down. Showing you an example. I can only show you like hindsight stuff that happened before, but for example, when we were looking at UCAD buys, this is when we made a new low on the daily. And then once the market gave us a new daily, not daily, 1 hour higher high. So we came down, price traded higher, and then we created another higher high. We then were playing buys in this area. So in this area, if you go into there, so when we were live, you could actually probably go check out this particular recording on the 18th. But, we identified these particular areas. So this low got swept here. We broke above here. Then we just had order flow, right? And then the area we were looking to enter was off of this candle. Right, so there's one example. And then gold shorts yesterday, same thing. We have this high get swept on the 1 hour. We broke the low. And then we looked for shorts in here. Now, mind you, it did kind of run a bit higher than anticipated, to be honest, but still maintained that area and then, did a nice move. I personally got hit out break even because I attempted in here at 6, and then the news candle just wicked me out. But same concept, right? Coming back into the candle that swept liquidity and then broke structure. So there's some examples there for you. No problem. Ugh. But yeah, I'm probably just going to see the New York Open here. I'm going to get off here because I do have my stream later, and then I got to go. I'm also going to help the boy move today. I just don't know if we're going to get this. Like, the thing on 30 that's making me think it's going to just go off of the open is the fact that if we look here on the 30-minute, we have this candle right here. And then we have the candle for, 7:30 that absorbed a lot of selling. So I'm just curious if we are going to get that lower retest on that area, or if this is just going to kind of just go from here. I just don't feel too confident just trying to buy here though, but I could be wrong, it could just take off. It makes sense. I just, I felt more confident waiting for price to come down here, give us some sort of reaction here and then play smaller time frame. But, there is reasoning for it to just continue buying up from where it's at. I was originally actually debating buying this because it did give us a 5-minute break, and then it gave the imbalance. But yeah, we'll see though. No worries, really just waiting for next week at this point as well. I'm not trying to rush any setup. Just be very picky with what I'm taking. You don't need to trade every day. You just need to have one solid setup, really. And yesterday's US 30 buy could have been y'all's, trade of the week. Especially if this continues to rally for the day today, you don't even have to take a position today, right? It did run for about a 1 to 6 based off what we were talking about yesterday. This was a very clean buy. This could have been your setup for the day, or for the week. I mean, one more thing. Are you into any prop firms? If so, which one would you recommend to go based on price and reviews? So I'm a part of. I have a lot of different prop firms that I've been a part of. I've attempted FTMO, MFF, the Funded Trader, Prosperity, and I think I think all of the prop firms in general have their perks and they have their pros and cons. It really depends on what you're into rule wise and stuff. Some prop firms, they have unlimited days. Others have 30, 60-day challenges. Others have one phase challenges. So it really depends on you. I don't think price of a prop firm could be important. The reviews are important, but I rather pay attention more to the rules and to make sure the prop firms are actually paying out. So the way I check that out personally, depending on whichever one you're looking at, go into their Discord, make sure people are getting payouts. I honestly feel really sketched out trying to attempt USD CAD there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It might play out. Just feel a little sketch trying to attempt it. I'm not going to lie. I am very low risk on this. I'm not taking my full risk on this. So we'll see if that plays for us. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts there for the prop firms. Really just see what works well for you for the rules. And, to see if it works or not, go into the reviews. You know what I mean? The reviews you're going to see the reviews, but also go into their Discords and see if people are getting payouts, right? Because most prop firms, they have like a payout tab. Check that out. But yeah, the ones with the higher payouts, I would be more comfortable, being a part of their prop because it shows that they're paying their people out. Whereas, a new challenge might come out tomorrow and, it's uncertain if they do payouts or not because we haven't seen them really perform yet. Where is Jordan moving? He's still going to be in the Houston area. Just moving to a different spot. Yeah, the 5-minute on UCAD does seem interesting. We are in that area right now. This is where I wanted to see rejection. So let's see how it continues here. I believe my limit did get filled. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that plays. We got 9 minutes till the stock exchange open as well, so interested to see what happens there. Yeah, it is a bit sketch. I agree with you there as well, Rowan. It's end of the week. I'm not really trying to go super balls deep in stuff right now. And considering we have all the news next week, there's a lot more opportunity that's going to present itself. So there's that. Dollar is back in that 4-hour imbalance. So, there is reason for this to accumulate from here. Just curious to see it's going to give us that today or going to wait until next week or what the plan is. And that's the one reason why I'm super sketched on USC CAD, because this could just blow right through this. You know? Understood, brother. Thanks a lot. We'll go through. Yeah. Yeah, just, really see, there's a lot of different rules for a lot of them. The one thing that I would also recommend you to look at is make sure you understand the drawdown rules, okay? Because different prop firms and even different types of challenges have different drawdown rules. There's relative drawdown. There's equity drawdown. There's balance drawdown. Some of them have equity and balance drawdown. So, pay attention to those rules. I know a lot of people look at the price, but that's like a very small thing that you should be noticing. I think the drawdown rules and the actual challenge rules is something you should be paying more attention to, in my opinion. Just going to keep the screen on 30 so we can see what happens here. It would be awesome if it disregards this area that I had marked up originally and it comes down lower. I would like that. And then, we could see what the smaller time frame does in here. So maybe for the initial open, if we get something like this, and then maybe it breaks, and then 10 o'clock it does a retracement, and then we go, that would be cool. That would be like the ideal scenario, in my opinion. That's what I'm looking at there, Justin, to see if, we had 30 buys from yesterday. That was the analysis we had yesterday. So I'm kind of looking to see if we're going to get a continuation today. The high of the day is still open. It's Asian liquidity as well, so I'm assuming maybe the open brings us down lower. So far, just gonna take a quick glance on USD CAD before we leave our screen there on 30. Decent reaction off the zone we were looking at in that imbalance. Let's just see, this next, ideally on the 15-minute candle here as well. We don't see a wick on the bottom side. So that's a good thing to see because it shows that there's, an imbalance of sell price action. But yeah, ideally on this 5-minute, if we can get a strong bearish closure engulfing the previous one, or even engulfing this candle would be nice. Originally engulfing at least one of the two candles with no wicks. That would be dope. Yeah, looking good so far. Dollar is continuing to go lower as well, so that's good added confirmation there. And oil is kind of dicking around, but we'll see what it does. Oh, by the way, I know I was talking about oil buys earlier, but it did not close above, so I'm not looking for that anymore. So I needed this structure confirmation here to attempt the buy down here. So because we didn't get that, I'm not going to bother attempting that. Excuse me. It would be funny if this was a move right here too. And then this was the buy this whole time. That would be hilarious. Yeah, the one thing, like oil being so bearish right now is not looking really good, to be honest, with that either. Because we would want to see oil push higher because that could add more CAD strength. But we'll see. It was a low risk setup anyways for myself. We do have the New York Stock Exchange open. That's about to happen here in a few seconds, so let's see what happens. Yeah, we were buying USD CAD last week. Tharin. We were buying USD CAD last week. So, if you've been buying for this last week or so, yeah. Yeah, the buy areas I was looking at was down here for CAD CPI. And then we were also looking to attempt buys in here, but this was a struggle in here. Like there's just so much breaking even going on in here. But yeah, I was attempting buys on the 18th as well as, in between Monday to Tuesday in here. Or sorry, Friday to Monday, my bad. Right, so right before market close and the aftermarket open happened. But yeah, this position ended up getting break even. This was like really challenging. But yeah, this one was the other position we were looking at. Okay, so 30 is doing a bunch of hoopla right now. Well, looks like 30 played off our zone. My bad. I'm over here texting John and shit. We're talking about something. But, that was kind of the first thought. If the 30-minute was going to continue, I just wasn't really too confident just kind of entering where we were at, to be real. But it's all good. CAD is giving us a reaction, so hopefully this continues to trade lower here. I'm just a little bit concerned on what dollar's going to do, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. If CAD gives any bear closure below this low, I would look to take my risk off the table. Even right now, I have my risk minimized because I don't see any reason why we should come back in the imbalance to go lower. I think we should just inevitably continue going lower from here. So, me personally, I'm not even going to be taking a full loss. If it does take me out, it would be a partial loss if it does come back. That's just me, though. You guys manage your trades how you want to do it. Oh. All right, bust down for us, UCAD. Bust down. So, I'm not going to take credit for US 30, to be honest, because I had the direction, but I really didn't give a clear entry. So, but either way, if you guys got yesterday's entry, ideally you could have just been holding this whole thing. And, our target was equal highs. For some reason, people like shorting equal highs that even know that equal highs are liquidity, but we don't do that here, right? We target equal highs. So even with US 30 here as well, right? We have equal highs right here from Asian session. How do you manage positions? I struggle closing my positions too early. So there's a few things I look at. Imbalance fills are important. Just the way things react is another thing. Like, personally for me, like even looking at UCAD here, if I'm wrong on direction, like these candles that are coming into this down candle here gives reason for this to go higher. So if my stop is above this high, I'd rather have it, a bit lower or even below this candle. Because to me, it's like if this imbalance fills and we're correct on direction, it should just fall from here, right? So imbalance fills are important to me. To break even, another thing is structure. So for example, if, we were talking about this originally, but I wasn't too confident on it, was seeing the short from this candle. Now, this candle, it did come in and then it gave you a new low, right? So you could have been break even on this position. Because in my opinion, it should not come all the way back, right? It should ideally create a lower high and trickle its way down. So break even for me is either, I see a new structure low, I see imbalances being filled and there's no reason for price to come back. And then, sometimes I just break even out of conviction. I don't know how to explain that to you, but it's just like, you're looking at multiple different assets and it's just it's giving you every reason possible to either pull out of your trade or break even. And I can't really show you a live example of that because I don't really have one at the moment, but There's those instances too. For example, even yesterday on US 30, if y'all took the long off of the 15-minute that we were looking at on the stream, this even as well, right? You had a imbalance fill, and then the market created a new high. So it's like, there's all the reason for you to, if your entry was right here, I don't see any reason why the market should come all the way back down to your entry. If anything, it should just respect here. So if your entry was here, you could easily, off the body of the candle, you could easily just break even on that, right? Because now the market should just respect this. Hopefully that answers your question, Justin. Yeah, see, like on USD CAD right now, it's like there you go. So now a move like this, I'm going to be breaking even now on the whole position, especially if you entered on the imbalance, because now you're getting, that lower closures, right? Well, actually, wait, did it even close below that low? On a 5-minute, it didn't. Probably like a 1 minute or some shit. Oh, no, it didn't. Well, either way, this is very efficient, so I don't see any point of us coming all the way back up. So I'm gonna be, moving my stops. Let's go. Who's in UCAD with me? Drop some gun emojis and some fire emojis in the chat. Now we just need some solid closures below, but either way, depending on where y'all entered, you could either be break even or just, very, very low risk on the table. You should not take a full loss at all. For the ones that are still holding 30, shout out to y'all. 30, this was just chop central on the 1 minute time frame too. It made sense, it made sense for the pop. It's all good. We now wait for the short, because I think this is going to continue to rally, take these highs, and then we'll play up here for the short. That's what we've been kind of waiting for anyways. Still in oil. Wait, where'd you grab oil, bro? Nas is tanking. Well, Nas is the one that's technically diverging right now too. It created a new high here. S&P and 30 are lagging behind. So, that could be some divergence there. $74,068. Oh shit, my boy's in from the tippy bottom. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, just in case, I don't know if you did pay yourself, but if you got a move like this and it does come back, I wouldn't want to give all my profits back. Especially when you're guessing springs, because that way you could at least have ammunition to fire again on the test. So we'll see. I'm in favor of seeing this higher, but it didn't break the 1 hour, so I'm still skeptical on it. That's the other reason why I'm taking my risk off of USD CAD so early, and I don't want to, take a loss here, it's because of that uncertainty on oil, right? And dollar is not fully giving us valid continued rejection lower either. So that's another reason to like break even or take a risk off the table is when, as well as when correlated assets, aren't exactly doing what you want them to do as well, and that could shift the position. Like even right now, I don't like how this move came and then we failed to close below here. That's another reason why I broke even as well, because I really don't see the point in this coming all the way back and running and then going again. Like it could do that, but I rather accept my break even and just play the next lower high, because I wouldn't even play the short again. I would rather wait for a new low and then get the confirmation, because I would be skeptical on taking that, just due to the directional reason. And there you go, high of the day taken on 30 as well. So that's that. So we did get clapped on GU, but 30 buys from yesterday, as well as what we are looking on CAD, could make up for all of that anyway. So I like this 15-minute close though. The 15-minute close still gave a nice bearish close there. We are coming back into that up candle that had no wick, so let's see if this continues lower. So that would be ideal. That would be the ideal scenario here. I want to walk away from the charts for a bit, but want CAD to break the low. Word, I probably should partial more, no lie. Hey, follow your plan, dude. Don't let me tell you anything. I'm just speaking from my, the way I would do it. Doesn't mean that's how you got to do it. You do your thing. Yeah, I want to walk away from the charts too, my friend. I just want to see you, CAD, just give me a nice move so I can fully, break even. Because I have, a little bit of my stop open, just in case if it decides to do some random shit. My stop is basically, right above my entry. So, even if I do take an L, it will be a very small L. I wouldn't even call that a stop loss hit. That's not nowhere near a full loss at all. It's like a 0.01 loss, so it's whatever. But yeah, just seeing that 15-minute though, I'm fairly confident this is going to go lower, because we closed below that previous candle, plus we came into that wick, or no wick on the buy candle there. So I think that we're just going to simsima. All right, let's go. So now I'm going to go ahead and break even on CAD because that's the type of move I want to see. So now I have all my risk off of the table. So now if it comes and hits me out, I don't lose anything. That's a good feeling, right? To be stop loss and break even. So ideally, what I would like to see with UCAD is if we can get a continued move down, because if this is this next lower high, right? Because what was our overall thoughts on USD CAD is, are we going to create our next LPSY, which is our last point of supply? For people that have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about right now, this is what I'm mentioning, right? We had a solid distro on USD CAD from the top up here. Okay. And then you guys can see before we take that low, the market will retrace and give us an LPSY. So if we go back and look at what I just showed y'all, see how we have those equal lows here even on this schematic? And the market will come back and then we get the big yeet to the downside. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe if this is that LPSY, ideally this short that we are in right now should give us our 4-hour break of structure. Okay? It should give us a 4-hour lower low. And if it does do that, then we know what to do and attack with next week. Once again, equal highs are not our friend. We wait for them to get swept, and we play the opposite direction. All right? I don't know why there's people out there that teach you to short at equal highs, but we don't do that here. Right? We short above equal highs after everybody else gets clapped. Right? So shout out to y'all that grabbed UCAD. You know, nice move. We're at about a 1 to 2, I think, right now, depending on how y'all, you know, did your stop placements. Yeah, we're about at a 1 to 2. 1 to 3 is approaching once we exit this box. And this should give us most likely a 1 to 5. About a 1 to 5. Yeah, it should give us a 1 to 5 if it runs the low. Right? So I am going to be partialing at this low. And if it does give us the break we want to, then that partial I'm just going to add on to the test to bring this even lower. So we'll see, right? We just got to wait for this confirmation now. What else were we looking at today? Oh, UCHEF. UJ, UCAD. Oil. Yen. Yen was just, oh my god, yen was perfect. Yen was so fucking clean. Just upset that my particular limit didn't get filled, but I'm happy the direction was right though. Right? I set this limit before I went to the gym. And sadly I didn't get filled, but it's okay. It was off by a few pips. Literally 2 pips. It's all good. I don't know why people were trying to short this and short GJ. You know, equal highs are not our friends. But yeah, you know, yen, I don't know. I think I did mention it on this stream as well. The thing that we were looking at was on the hourly. So the thing to only confirm yen buys was this. If we were going to get a break above this high. Because if that happened, then we could look for yen buys. But because we didn't get that, this is what I was mentioning even on Jordan's stream yesterday. If you guys were there, right, we were then looking for this. And then that was just perfect. News came in right at 10 Central. And then boom, right? We just shit on everybody that was trying to thing this. So good shit. If y'all grabbed yen, shout out to y'all as well on that one. Okay. I am probably going to close things off because I just don't want to sit here and ramble. And we already hit, you know, the areas and things we were looking at this week. So big shout out to y'all that were on the stream on Tuesday, yesterday, and today. You know, we did start off the day with a little bit of an L on GU, but that's fine. You know, we recouped that with USD CAD as well as 30. So, you know, this is why risk to reward is important and continuously attempting at the market when your strategy presents itself, right? When your edge is in the market, you need to fire, okay? Because if you don't fire, then you miss up your probabilities of continuing a winning, you know, equity curve on your account. So, You know, appreciate y'all hopping on here. I'm honestly debating, and I'll be real with y'all. You know, I've been kind of debating doing less YouTube streams, just because it's been a little bit of a handful for me. But you know, I'm not fully made a decision just as yet. We'll see. But either way, I'm still going to be streaming on YouTube, but just I might do less streams. So, you know, because yeah, I've been kind of basically doing 6 streams a week, and that is pretty hectic. So we'll see what's good. But if you guys are new to the channel, you gain some value, make sure you hit that like button. And if you are a returning viewer and still haven't hit the like button or subscribe button, you know, I don't know why you haven't done it yet, so please do that. And, you know, if you guys do want to be a part of my community as well as, you know, a student within the academy, so you guys can get, you know, access to the courses, access to the community, you know, access to my mentors, make sure to hit me up on my Instagram. It is below. And, you know, I'll see you guys on the next one. For the students that are active within our academy, you guys already know I am going to be live here in about 2 hours on my channel. We're going to do a nice recap of what we looked at this week. And then we're also going to forecast on what we can expect for the up-and-coming news week that we have on the horizon. So take care, everybody. Appreciate all of y'all on here. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.